From the beginning, there was always a sense of mystery around Donny Osmond's private life, especially when it came to his wife, Debbie. While Donny performed on television and traveled around the world, Debbie chose to keep her distance from the spotlight. Many fans wondered if there was a reason behind her decision. Some guessed she might be shy, while others thought she preferred a calm and steady life away from fame. Yet Debbie's wish for more privacy had roots in the early years of their relationship. Back then, pressures from Donny's career and the constant rush of fans made their time together limited and precious. Instead of competing for attention, Debbie discovered her comfort in a quiet life focused on their family and close friends. Later, as Donny's fame grew, the demands multiplied, and fan encounters sometimes became overwhelming. Debbie's absence from the public eye was not about hiding or avoiding the world, but a conscious choice to build a peaceful home and shield their children from constant attention. Even when Donny spoke about his family, he respected Debbie's boundaries and never forced her into the public scene. Over time, this approach helped their marriage stay strong and protected from outside pressures. The decision shaped their family's life and let Debbie define happiness on her own terms, making her rare appearances even more meaningful whenever she chose to step into the light. Born on December 9, 1957, Donny Osmond entered a lively household in Ogden, Utah, filled with 7 siblings. The family lived surrounded by green fields, reflecting a simple rural lifestyle that nurtured close bonds. His father, George Osmond, was an Army sergeant known for his strict discipline, while his mother, Olive, provided warmth and care. Their household was deeply rooted in the teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, making faith a central part of their lives. From both parents, the children inherited a strong musical talent and passion, which blossomed early under their guidance and support. This blend of structure, love, spirituality, and musical influence led to the birth of the Osmond brothers, a group that would go on to capture the hearts of many. As Donny and his siblings grew, their family environment shaped not just their careers but their characters, grounded in faith and the values imparted by their upbringing. These early experiences in a tight-knit, musically gifted family paved the way for Donny's future in the entertainment world, marked by the unique combination of talent and tenacity instilled from childhood. Because of a fortunate invitation from Wendell, who was the father of Andy Williams, the Osmond brothers were given the chance to audition for the Andy Williams Show. This moment turned out to be a major breakthrough, leading the family to become regulars. Their popularity grew quickly as viewers connected with their charm and talent. Donny joined the group just before turning 6, bringing fresh energy and charisma to the stage. As the years passed, other siblings, Marie and Jimmy, also joined the act, making the Osmonds a powerhouse family unit in entertainment. They were known not only for their musical abilities, but also for their dedication to putting on the best performances possible. Rehearsals often started early and stretched into the evening. The siblings learned to manage the pressures of a busy show business schedule by staying disciplined and supporting each other. Homeschooling was a necessity, as their television and stage commitments made traditional school attendance impossible. Balancing lessons with rehearsals and performances became routine, and this early period not only built their work ethic, but also shaped the close family bond that would help them navigate fame and the demands of the entertainment industry. Growing up, Donny Osmond always looked to his father for support and guidance, both in life and in music. His father became a steady presence, helping him navigate the challenges of fame while also acting as his protector, making sure that Donny felt confident and secure wherever his career took him. Yet, as he shaped his own musical style, Donny was drawn to incredible talents beyond his family. Stevie Wonder's influence played a key role, teaching him not just about music, but about passion and expression. Another musical mentor for Donny was Andy Williams, whose showmanship and approach to performance left a mark on Donny's developing career. A highlight of his early days was the chance to open for Nancy Sinatra, which became far more memorable when Frank Sinatra himself attended the show. This encounter with a legend was something Donny never forgot, giving him both encouragement and awe. To add to these special experiences, the Osmond family formed a friendship with Elvis Presley. Elvis wasn't just an idol to them, he became part of the extraordinary tapestry of Donny's journey, offering a sense of community with some of music's most influential figures. Through each of these relationships, Donny was able to learn, grow, and find inspiration, creating a path that reflected both his roots and the stars who helped him shine as an artist. Suddenly, in 1971, Donny Osmond's world transformed when his hit single One Bad Apple soared to the top of the Billboard Hot 100. Teenage fans flocked around his persona, and magazine covers everywhere started featuring his bright smile and boyish style. The teen idol image stuck, and his gentle, fresh-faced charm made him even more popular among his fans. Not long after, Donny stepped out with solo material, and Sweet and Innocent marked his first big solo success, with people lining up to buy his records and putting his posters on their walls. As his singles climbed the charts, the rewards began to show. The Osmond family made significant financial gains during this period, which allowed them to make new investments, including buying more properties for the family. Meanwhile, Donny, still in his youth, fulfilled a personal dream by creating his own 7-room, a well-known private space inspired by his love of James Bond. The dedicated room became a symbol of Donny's success, showing just how much the teenage star had achieved in such a short time. His rise during the early 70s established him as a household name, and the excitement around him never seemed to slow down as he continued to win the admiration of fans and collect new opportunities. Nevertheless, as Donny Osmond's star began to rise, he encountered the tough realities of life as a teen idol. With fans and reporters watching his every move, he felt the eyes of the public constantly focused on him, always judging his choices and expecting him to act as a role model. The pressure to keep up an image that matched what everyone wanted from a teen sensation meant that Donny could never really let down his guard. He had to be careful all the time, making sure his public and private behavior stayed squeaky clean. No matter how much stress he felt, this attention wasn't just from far away. It followed him everywhere, whether he was performing or just trying to relax after a show. Because he was always in demand, Donny's schedule left no room for the ordinary parts of growing up that other kids enjoyed. He didn't go to regular school because the demands of touring, recording, and television appearances made it impossible. Instead, homeschooling became the only option, so he could keep up with his education between performances and commitments. This meant he lost out on classroom friendships, group activities, and school traditions that shaped most childhoods. While other kids played sports after school or went to dances, Donny's days and nights revolved around work and rehearsal. The excitement of fame was always mixed with a sense of missing out on a normal life, reminding him that the spotlight could sometimes be a lonely place. Over time, Donny Osmond began to work closely with his sister Marie, and their collaboration officially started in 1974. Together, they released memorable hits such as Morning Side of the Mountain and I'm Leaving It All Up to You. Their voices combined effortlessly, and they found a unique blend of country and pop that stood out during the mid-1970s. This winning formula helped them rise quickly in popularity and catch the attention of television producers. Their charm and musical appeal led to their very own variety show on ABC, where they became familiar faces in households across the country. The show's format included comedy sketches, musical performances, and special guests, which captured the fun and wholesome spirit that defined their act. While enjoying their success on television, they also moved into film, starring together in the movie Going Coconuts, an adventure that showcased their willingness to explore different entertainment avenues. As musical tastes began to change towards the end of the decade, both Donny and Marie faced the challenge of staying relevant in a rapidly shifting industry. They worked to adapt their style, adjusting their performances and song choices, but even so, trends in music eventually caused their popularity to diminish. Despite these challenges, their collaboration remains a defining moment for both of them, as they navigated fame together, supported each other, and tried new things as siblings and performers. Even though Donny Osmond became a household name admired by millions, the spotlight was not always kind to him. Fame brought unexpected hardships, including moments when support turned to criticism in very public ways. One of the hardest blows came from a Rolling Stone magazine article, which bullied him rather than celebrated his talents. Instead of praise, the words stung deeply, showing how some people behind the scenes could be even harsher than fans or rivals. This type of cruelty left Donny feeling the sharp edges of celebrity life that others didn't see. Despite being adored by crowds, he felt a deep sense of loneliness after the shows ended. Behind the curtain, and away from the lights, Donny would often retreat to quiet hotel rooms or sit alone on buses, the silence and isolation weighing heavily on him. These lonely stretches on tour gave him an understanding of what young stars like Justin Bieber faced in their own journeys, empathy grounded in shared experience. Another memory that stayed with him was from his childhood, when homesickness became overwhelming. Reaching out, he wrote a letter home, hoping for comfort. Instead, his father's response was unexpectedly stern. Though painful at the time, Donny says this moment shaped him, teaching the importance of resilience and the lasting impact of forgiveness. Facing the pressures and emotional costs of stardom, Donny learned lessons that went far beyond stage lights and applause. Despite the crowds of screaming fans and the bustle of fame, Donny Osmond often felt isolated, trying to handle the pressure of being a teen idol. Then, at 16, he met Debbie, a moment that offered real comfort in the middle of his celebrity whirlwind. Their bond grew quietly, and the joy he felt with her helped to balance the constant expectations placed on him. For 3 years, though, they kept their relationship hidden from almost everyone. Management told Donny to stay single in the public eye, to preserve his heartthrob status, and keep fans adoring him, so he and Debbie saw each other in secret, relying on small stolen moments and private conversations. This secrecy came with its own pain, but he never lost sight of what she meant to him. In 1978, he decided to stop hiding and married her. Almost immediately, the reaction was overwhelming. The press descended on them with suspicion, and fans, shocked and angry, responded with dramatic gestures. Some burned his records. Others sent letters filled with anger and disappointment. Their fury focused mainly on Debbie, as if blaming her for taking him away from them. The hatred was loud, the backlash real, and it threatened to overshadow everything. But Donny refused to distance himself from Debbie. He made it clear that he was committed to her above all else. No matter how hard the world pushed, he remained by her side. They faced down the angry fans together, finding in their love a strength that helped them through the worst of the public's reaction. Over time, the outrage faded, but the trials they went through together only made their marriage stronger. Gradually, changes in fortune challenged the Osmond family. Years of success faded as financial troubles set in, mostly from unwise investments that drained resources more quickly than expected. The group's popularity, once immense, shrank, and their fame began to slip away. Donny Osmond, the family's brightest star, found it difficult to escape his reputation as a wholesome child star. The music industry, filled with shifting trends and hungry for edgier images, wasn't welcoming. Donny's clean lifestyle stood in stark contrast to the wilder antics dominating the headlines at the time. Some around him suggested that a bit of scandal could revive his career, even advising him to stir controversy for attention. Still, Donny refused to compromise his integrity or invent a persona that contradicted the values he was raised with. Instead of gambling with his reputation, he chose a slow and steady path back, working on his music out of the spotlight and refusing to exaggerate or fabricate trouble just for publicity. Years passed with resilience and hard work defining his efforts rather than gimmicks or tabloid stories. Against expectations and industry bias, Donny finally landed a breakthrough with the release of Soldier of Love in 1989. The song became a surprise hit, drawing in both loyal fans and new listeners who hadn't seen him as more than a former teen idol. The momentum continued with Sacred Emotion securing his place back in the public eye. This comeback story wasn't glittered with scandals or shortcuts, but built on a foundation of personal conviction and steady resolve. Throughout his career, Donny Osmond seemed to have everything anyone could want: fame, devoted fans, and a celebrated place on stage. But even with all these successes pulled into the spotlight, he struggled behind the scenes with severe anxiety that few people saw. During his work in the musical Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, the pressure grew even more intense. The demands of the role and the constant presence of an audience made the anxiety stronger than ever, almost overwhelming him at times. His wife became his anchor during these storms, always standing by his side and helping him manage the paralyzing waves of fear and doubt. Through her support, he found enough strength to keep performing. Years later, Donny became open about these struggles, sharing advice for others who feel trapped by similar feelings. He encouraged people to ask for help when they need it, and not to be ashamed of their experiences. His song Start Again grew from these personal battles. The lyrics echo his belief that everyone should be willing to give themselves a new beginning, to accept imperfect moments, and to believe that making mistakes is only natural. He used his own voice to remind people that you can find hope after difficulty, and that caring for your mental health matters as much as any achievement. Through every stage of his life, Donny Osmond has drawn exceptional strength and comfort from his family. At the center of this support stands his wife Debbie, whose loyalty and understanding defined the foundation on which their marriage was. By Lieutenant with her, Donny shares 5 children and is now surrounded by the laughter and joy of 12 grandchildren, each relationship weaving a tapestry of love and shared memories. Even in times when rumors and scandals surfaced, Debbie became his steadfast defender, speaking out in his favor and aiding him in rising above false accusations. Her confidence in him never wavered, and her actions offered proof of the deep connection they shared, inspiring Donny to cherish their partnership even more. Every milestone and challenge has been shaped by this commitment to each other and their family, and Donny credits these ties as the source of his deepest satisfaction. He is known for seeking out time to gather his loved ones, from quiet evenings at home to lively family celebrations, because he believes true contentment cannot be found in fame or fortune, but only in these moments together. This belief guides his daily choices, allowing Donny to prioritize family above all else, and to rely on their unity as the heartbeat of his life. However, as the years went by, Debbie's quiet strength became a foundation for Donny's continued success. Fans often see celebrity marriages falter under the bright lights, but their unbreakable bond showed another way by respecting each other's needs and boundaries. They built a partnership that withstood demanding tours, public gossip, and the stress of raising a family while always in the public's eye. Debbie's gentle refusal of the spotlight protected not only her own peace, but the emotional security of their children, who grew up surrounded by love rather than flashbulbs. Sometimes Donny shared small details about their life together, describing how Debbie's calm presence at home helped him regroup after exhausting performances and endless travel. Even though the world rarely caught a glimpse of her on red carpets, her influence was unmistakable in his happiness and stability. Even more, her approach gave Donny the freedom to pursue his career without worrying if fame would cost him his family. Over time, fans who once questioned her absence came to admire her choice, understanding that happiness looks different for every family. While some celebrity partners seek attention or launch their own careers, Debbie charted her own course, preferring simple joys and the everyday moments that meant the most to her. On rare occasions when she did appear beside Donny, the affection between them was obvious, and those moments became all the more treasured for their rarity. For many longtime fans, Debbie's example proves that living away from the spotlight can be just as meaningful and rewarding as being at center